Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey back again. I know it's been a while since I last posted a video. I've been handling some stuff in real life. You'll notice a suit in the background over there. Can't. But I've also been working on what I want to do for this channel, so I'll be bringing you some videos for New Bloom. I have this one and another one lined up right after it. And I've also set up a Facebook page, link in the description down below. I will be very active on it soon. I will also be taking feedback in regards to what you want me to talk about, and also just general updates of little things here and there, because there's often a lot of things I want to say and I just don't feel like I need a whole video for it. I might start like a Dota PSA or something. Or other games. I'll actually start bringing up other games on my Facebook page. So follow, like that, and things in the future. So I'm on the Radiant side team. I'm playing Omniknight in this game. This is one of the earlier styles that was really strong when the New Bloom event came out. I don't think it's as viable anymore, but the general theme of it, let me set this to free camera, is you use the Year Beast as a core. And that's when you go down the combat tree, and you basically pick a whole bunch of things that can babysit the Year Beast. So Warlock is great for just causing chaos. Necrophos was picked because he sort of scales, but at the same time he's very strong, a valid hero to use. Also, he's very good for using his ult at the start of a clash. And of course his ult does work on the Year Beast in terms of delaying it by an extra 30 seconds, which is arguable whether or not it's a good thing, because the enemy team can just focus down your Year Beast, and then after that their Year Beast comes in. It depends on the enemy's lineup. But the main issue here was to ensure that we stopped certain targets. In this case, we decided stopping the Zeus would be a great idea. Make sure he gets as little levels as possible. I'm gonna let this... Yeah. Make sure he gets as... Yeah, we had to deal with this at the start of the match. Is it over? Okay, I think it's over. Where was I? Yeah, so stop the Zeus from getting levels, so make sure he doesn't get to farm a lot, or stop, say, Winter Wyvern. No, Winter Wyvern doesn't need to be stopped. Stop Jug from farming. Now this, by the way, isn't really a strategy that's viable anymore. One, because people have figured out how to gimp the Year Beast, because the Year Beast behaves like a creep. So if you attack the Year Beast of a range hero, the Year Beast will stop attacking a tower and just chase after the hero, even if he ends up diving another tower or the fountain, making it less viable to use him like a core. But I think, in my opinion, in terms of the level 1 buffs, the combat buff is the strongest. Whereas my favorite level 2 is probably down the support path with the Arcane Boots and Mech and True Sight. So, Omniknight is a very strong hero to use. He protects the Year Beast fairly well against magic nukes, which is a very important thing if you want to go for a Year Beast core build, because the Year Beast has 0% magic resistance. Meaning that any... Okay, for those of you who don't know, most heroes have a base magic resistance of about 25%. I fail a pull over here. The laning phase isn't important. The most important thing in the laning phase is to make sure that everyone gets as much levels in farm as possible by the time the first Year Beast comes around. Usually it means a jungler is very important to make sure that no EXP is taken off the lane. And also every pull you make and every deny you do is great. Meaning heroes like Lich and Enigma are very strong in this format. So back to the reason why to magic resistance. All heroes have, as you can see over here I'm hovering, about a 25% base magic resistance. Some of them have slightly differing ones, the ones with any way to get magic resistance through skills, like Rubik, Visage, Viper. They start with below average magic resistance. So that means most spell damage you take is only 75% of the actual number, whereas the Year Beast will take the full amount, which if you think about it means that the Year Beast takes 33.3333% more damage than you would normally take from a spell. Meaning the Year Beast is fairly squishy to magic damage, which is why the current meta over the last few days has been a lot of nuke. But anyway, I'm showing you this one because it was kind of like a chronicle of how this event's gone. Now, I haven't really been too active in this event. I've had other things in real life going on. I've also had an event in Marvel Heroes going on, because I love Marvel Heroes. I will get around to uploading a video about it, but you're just gonna have to wait for that. So, as you can see here, it's unfortunate, but levels are being taken. Dazzle is a great sustain. Dazzle functions for the same reason you'd pick any other pusher, because you get to lane stay a whole ton. Yeah. And that Ice Path was really good. It could have translated to a kill, but the Juggernaut came in at the right time. That was a nice shallow grave. It's unfortunate that he didn't have a level of Poison Sting, but this is really too early for us to really count on much. The replay doesn't show the timer for the Year Beast. It's unfortunate, so I'm fairly certain the Year Beast comes up at 5 and 10 every 5 minutes. So your mid wants to hit level 6, which is why Warlock often gets sent to mid. You could also send Queen of Pain mid because her ult is amazing, but it's pure damage. And technically any form of magic damage is pure damage to the beast at this point. Coddle is actually another interesting one, but you don't need Coddle mid. You just need Coddle to hit level 5. You don't, unless your mid Coddle can hit level 7 by 5 minutes, it's not that much of a not that big of a deal. This is unfortunate. My friend DC'd. By the way, it's a 5-man, and the enemy team, I believe, is also another 5-man. So he DC'd, which is why he was just standing there, and yeah, gave first blood. I'm gonna skip this a little bit because I know you guys don't really care too much about all this. Cool. So he came back. We were in Skype, and he was a little bit upset that his ISB just gave out on him at such a inopportune time. Now, of course, we're about 5 minutes away from the Year Beast coming out, which means that you always want to make sure that people have TP scrolls to rotate to wherever they need to be. People have mana, cooldowns, everything. This is the time when you get ready and you figure out what's going on. And there we go, Year Beast. And he decides to go bot lane. They TP their Year Beast to mid, which is... it's good against our lineup because we don't really have any way to focus down the Year Beast if you look at it. I have some personal opinions on our lineup. I've actually brought it up with the team before. For instance, I don't like Jakiro in this lineup because he doesn't bring enough 5v5 utility. He's great in a... he's great on one. This Jakiro player is really good with Jakiro, and I die. I blinked in at an inopportune time, and I just got nuked. So that was just me not paying attention. This Jakiro player is good with Jakiro, but I find Jakiro doesn't bring enough burst damage. And in a 5v5, you want to make sure you can pick off as many people as you can immediately, so that your team can do cleanup. And we already have Dazzle, Omniknight to babysit the Year Beast, and even Warlock was picked primarily because he could support the Year Beast and help with the clash. Necrophos was meant to, like I said, ensure that we picked off one person very quickly. So I don't think this goes too well. By the way, shout out to this lovely upheaval. That's what you get when you use this groping hand staff. Fun as hell. Now, as you can see, the Year Beast here gets pulled very quickly because the Winter Wyvern attacked it, which is another thing, like I said, I had an issue with because he behaves like a creep. A single attack will redirect him, and you can choose to... I die. I probably did something stupid, so I'm not going to show you that one. But the ability to spend 50 points to change the attack target of the Year Beast only causes it to, yeah, he was DCing, he kind of just... The ability to stop the Year Beast in its tracks and redirect its attack for 50 points only lasts for a few seconds. After that, a single attack will just make it redirect again, and it'll just chase after an enemy hero, or an enemy creep, or whatever, and it will dive a tower. Which is why... Well, this is actually going really bad for us because of it. Just skipping ahead. Okay, lovely. So, of course, in this lineup, there's a lot of clashes going on. You want a lot of aura items. So mechs are important, Vlads are important, even Ring of Basilius, Ring of Aquilas are important. And the second item that is really important that we don't sort of realize this game, because this is one of our first times playing, is Necronomicon. Because the Necronomicon units help you push a whole ton. And of course, because a single attack on the Year Beast from a Necronomicon unit redirects its attention onto that, and you can get the Year Beast to easily attack the red unit and then take a whole bunch of damage from it, which is nice. So, Juggernaut is an interesting hero for this lineup. This is probably just a glitch because I fast-forwarded. Kinda cool. It reminds me of Shyvana from League. So, one thing I will say about Juggernaut is that his healing ward is amazing. I'm not a fan of the Blade Fury. I mean, I suppose if you're trying to pick off someone, but in clashes, you can't really count on Omni Slash. Winter Wyvern is arguably a good hero, but not when the entire enemy team is ranged. And... okay, Undying's actually not a bad choice. His heal will definitely work well, because it's always clashes. And his Tombstone is disastrous when it comes to a clash, because lots and lots of zombies, lots of havoc. And, I mean, of course they're blocking a path too. Dazzle is one of the more picked heroes because he gives a lot of sustained heals, because the current meta, and even the meta back then, as you can see with people like Zeus, is AoE damage. So he helps mitigate the AoE damage, or at least deny your opponent an AoE heal. He gives a lot of sustained, the armor is very useful, and Shallow Grave is such an asset in team fights because, one, you can save the Year Beast, which is either an aura totem if you go down speed or support, or you can use it to save the Year Beast if he's a core. You can also use it to save any particular ally that's important, because in a 5v5, like I said, if teams are building right, they will build to try and snipe as many people as they can very early on, so that it's not a 5v5, it's a, say, a 4v3 in their favor or 4v2 in their favor. It's actually why I like Zeus in this format. Plus, Zeus's static field, very strong. This is one of those situations where you might consider maxing out static field. And you can just see this happening right now. Now, as you can see, I actually used... I want to say Repel. Is it still called Repel? I actually have not used Omniknight in a while. Repel on our Year Beast, which is why he was protected for quite a bit. And so there we go. That's how this lineup works. You heal up the Year Beast a lot, you just do attrition. As you can see, Tombstone is causing a lot of havoc here. I think there's a lot of avenues to explore with Undying in this lineup, to be honest. Undying would probably work very well with Zeus, simply because by lowering the strength of enemy heroes, you just deal a whole ton of damage. Warlock Zeus is another strong one, because if you max out Fatal Bonds, you can almost ensure that you'll hit all 5 enemy heroes with it. So that's good. And Winter Wyvern here is about to get picked off, which is fine. And this is basically what we want. We want to be able to push a lane. And this is why the Year Beast core build was so strong, because the Year Beast has this crazy amount of damage. This is a level 2-ish Year Beast. Well, it's the 10-minute Year Beast, and it comes out with that much right-click damage. A fair amount of health. But as you can see, this is the main weakness of it. It just gets kited around the whole time. So we needed to actually commit to following the Year Beast around. The Year Beast kind of behaved like a really crazy YOLO carry in a game. So we're just like, oh my god, please don't go there, please focus the tower. No, okay, fine, we'll die for you. And die for you. Yeah, you can kind of see why I actually don't like this particular strategy of play. But it is effective in what it does if your opponent doesn't know how to handle it, and whoops. I'm not sure what was happening here, if I forgot to upgrade the Year Beast. I'm fairly certain I did, and I went down the support path, because I like the idea of the fact that he had mech and arcane boots, and we did need the mech and arcane boots, because he couldn't sustain himself without us. But I think maybe I just made a mistake and it didn't do anything. So that Shallow Grave helped the Year Beast the whole time, then we just got the Year Beast. That was unfortunate, because I actually... I'll show you that again. I actually got my ult on the guy next to the Year Beast, but not on the Year Beast. It was very unfortunate. But, I mean, we did a significant amount of damage, and at this point we're actually just pushing pretty damn hard. And then Warlock. Warlock's Golem comes in to deal a bit more damage, tank a little bit, and just push in general. Winter's Curse was used on me, but I'm the tankiest person on our team, and no one on our team really does substantial right click, so it's fine. I don't think Winter Wyvern was really the best choice. I suppose he could have been trying to... Winter Wyvern's good if you can land it on the Year Beast, and then you can shut down the supports from healing it. Yeah, that's about it really. So we get our towers and we realize we should probably back off. This golem could have been attacking the tombstone, but I don't think we were realizing it at the time. So we were just trying to run off, as you can see. And I believe the Year Beast will be coming up again at the 15-minute mark. By the way, we did try the strategy a few times, and we didn't actually win too much with it again. Primarily, one, because Omniknight has a very strong single target heal, but when you pick Omniknight for repel, and even then you only use it on one hero, or the Year Beast. And the Year Beast is about as dependable as your average pickup carry. So, I guess. Okay. As your average pickup carry in SCA server and US West. Because those are the two servers I've played on the whole time. I've played on Australia, and to be fair, I actually like the Australian server. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna give my vote for the Australian server. They're not always the most friendly people in the world, but no one's been bad. And I don't know whether or not I prefer polite people or good players, if I have to pick one. But the Year Beast event is so, for a limited time only, that you kind of want to just make sure you win, and you kind of just put up with BM. I mean, as the saying goes with Dota, this community is so toxic you will grow a third penis. So yeah, and of course, as you upgrade the Year Beast, and once he gets to level 2, he gets a whole bunch of boosts, and at this point he gains another 30 right-click damage and 200 health. And so, we can just push. They're trying to base race us, and they've got better right click than we do. So as you can see, we're actually both taking down towers in about the same speed. We're forced to use the Warlock ult at this point to try and push a little bit faster because of what's going on. As you can see, they're not doing too bad in terms of pushing us. This is actually quite scary. We questioned whether or not it was a good idea. And I think the only reason things fail was because they kind of just don't manage aggro and then they get killed by towers. And then we did one good Wrath and that helped a whole ton. So that swung things in our favor. Because our healing team isn't really weak to the Wrath. And I was just like, let's just finish this, please. And there you go. This is how the Year Beast core build works. It doesn't really work in the meta right now, primarily because a lot of people have been going for AoE damage, and because the Year Beast has no magic resistance. And I mean, even with the base 25% magic resistance, the healers in Dota were specifically designed in such a way that they couldn't stop people from... I never got my third win, by the way. They couldn't stop people from healing through burst magic damage. So if a team gets... Oh my god, this... Yeah. That's the announcer. So if a team has like 2 or 3 good bursters like Queen of Pain, Zeus, Visage, the Year Beast doesn't stand a chance. No amount of heals will save it. You could use Repel, but then yeah, that's 6 seconds you buy for the Year Beast. And then you could use Shallow Grave afterwards, which is a total of 11 seconds, but you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It's not dependable enough. And not to mention, if you go for that babysitting build, your entire team's going to be squishy, which is why we ended up with a lot of games where someone would pick Queen of Pain and blink in, Scream of Pain, and ult, and basically wreck our faces. And Dazzle would do his best, and Omniknight would need to choose who stays alive. Omniknight has 1 repel, and that repel decides who stays alive and survives the Queen of Pains, or the Coddle, or the Zeus. And even then that doesn't stop Sonic Wave. Which is why, after a while, we sat down and basically we moved on to the next build that I'll talk about in the next video I upload. I'm sorry if I'm tripping over my words. It's 2:30 a.m. But I wanted to record these videos so I could just process it and upload it over Chinese New Year because I won't really be playing too much and I won't really have time to record it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully this will go out sometime in Chinese New Year so people can watch it while they're doing their visiting, or if you're not celebrating Chinese New Year, if you're one of our friends overseas perhaps, then this might help you get a few more wins. This could be a little strat you could keep up your sleeves. So there you go, the push strat and why it's not too strong in the current meta, what you can do with it, and what its strengths are. Any other questions, please leave it in the comments below, and have a good day, or good night.